Hi, it's John Flynn from Copley Advertising, and it's part three of our optimization series. And today we're going to talk about optimizing creative. Creative is a huge beast within itself. Um, there's many different ways to tackle it. Usually, I like the client to do creative. I do offer creative services, but they're very basic level, working with my graphic team. But with creative, we usually use three sizes, the most popular sizes: 320 by 50, 300 by 250, and 320 by 480. Just static creative. We are starting to do a lot more rich media and video. But with just a static creative, I try to get as many sets of those threes as I can, 4, 5, 6 sets, and start doing A/B testing right away. So my goal with creative is to find the creative that is first underperforming. So usually what happens is when you log the creative in and start doing A/B testing, which each account is cloned with different creative and all other factors remain the same. You might see some differential in click-through rate from a zero point 0.5 to a zero point 0.2. Obviously, the 320 by 50s are the most common banners and going to get the most traffic. So those are the ones that really gauge as the 300, 250, and especially the 320 by 480 are big, and sometimes they're prone to have accidental clicks due to the size on the screen. So using them as a benchmark is kind of difficult, but definitely the 320 by 50. So um, there's no set rule in the sense that I could look at it and say, oh, this is definitely going to do better. It's all about the client's needs and the click-through rate. I presented a client to click-through rate, and even though there's been a disparity of click-through rates between different creative, the client has chose to stay with the creative with the lower click-through rate. This could be because of branding reasons, or the campaigns across the board at home, TV and stuff are using that particular creative, so they want to keep it universal. What I like to do though is when I do my weekly roundup reports or my end of campaign reports, I really go in depth more on all aspects of the campaign, uh, and part of it is creative click-through rate. And you could see fairly quickly. And the interesting thing is that when we're doing multiple cities, let's say Texas and Houston and Corpus Christi and other cities, you can see that certain cities are have a higher click-through rate on the creative than other cities. So let's say Houston has a much higher click-through rate than Dallas on the 320 by 50. So I try to present a lot of information for the client to use for offline marketing. So if they want to do a billboard or print ad or TV ad, I try to at least give some guidance to say, hey, we're getting a better reception of this particular creative in Houston, but you may want to think about using it in Dallas and use the other creative. So, to me, it's all about obviously reaching the goal on a KPI on the front end, but the data is becoming so valuable that I try to present it in such a way that it's useful for the client to use in different types of campaigns. So that's my talk on creative, and I believe we'll have one more wrap up on optimization, how we use it here at Copley Advertising. If you have any questions, let me know. It's John Flynn with Copley Advertising. You can email me at Flynn, Flynn, at copleyadvertising.com with any of your questions. Thanks a lot.